This may be the most important video in my video making career. Pokemon Sword and Shield fit into the alchemic themes that the last few generations have been evoking, and if we take a look at the Path of the Flaming Sword in the Sephiroth and overlay it onto the Galar region map, it literally fits perfectly.
Hey, Lockston.
What?
Did you realize that the next video you post is going to be the 500th video? You should do something, like, personal, man. It'd be cool.
What are my top 10 favorite Pokemon? Hello, I'm Lockston, and this year, the show Noggin has officially taken the Poketuber plunge. But if we're gonna be Poketubers, gosh dang it, we're gonna be the very best, like no one ever was. Cheese! One question that I get asked literally every AMA and every single stream, and just occasionally whenever also, is what are my favorite Pokemon? So now, right before a new generation which may change the things, I'm going to finally list them out. Which, let me tell you, was significantly harder than you would think. I just love so many of them. So in a general but not strict order, here are my top 10 favorite Pokemon. Number 10, Skitty. It's just a cat, and I love cats. Isn't that right, Sasha, the cat? She's a cat. I love cats. Plus, at the time of my first Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I needed to be Skitty. I was way into cats at the time. I was reading all of those warrior cat books, you know? The ones about wild cats. They realistically should all probably be killed. Feral cats are no joke. It's definitely important for the ecosystem that they die off. But I loved cats, and Skitty is just so new and cute. Unlike that old and lame cat, Meowth. Blah. And as I grew up and my favorite Pokemon changed as I grew up, only a few of them stuck around. And Skitty stuck around because I love it. Its tail is a little cattail grass, or just even a little cat toy. It's great. It's so cute. My cat is not one for cat toys. She usually doesn't like them that much. You were just making a mess. Number 9, Carnivine. I actually had Carnivine as number 8, but then 9 rhymes with vine, so I moved it. Carnivine does not get enough love. I mean, I get that it's just a plant. What does it even do? And really, it's just filling the Gen 4 role of Victory Bell in the anime. It's James's comic relief skull eater. And the anime is definitely where a lot of the love for it came from. That and Pokemon Conquest. I singing loved it in Pokemon Conquest. Plus, I mean, it's a Venus flytrap! Carnivorous plants are so wickedly cool, and adding googly eyes to them just makes them better. Just knocked Snorlax over. Number 8, Teddiursa and Ursaring. Pairing them together because I love them both, but for obviously different reasons. Bears are one of my, if not the, favoritist animal of mine, so it makes sense that a bear Pokemon would be up here. Ursaring is just that cool. Big and strong and a bear. What's not to love? And then Teddiursa is a cute teddy bear. At the time of me playing Gen 2, I too had a cute teddy bear. Not much more to say, because I loved my teddy bear, and thus I loved Teddiursa too. Still do. Number 7 is, well, just add all the freaking ghosts here. Well, not all of them. Haunter, Gengar, Bannet, and Sableye, or Bayonet. You know, for being a favorite Pokemon, I think I've always pronounced it wrong. Also, this is already turning out to be much more than a top 10 list, but these 4 Pokemon are all similar enough that I feel like I can group them together. I love them all about evenly anyway. And if you asked me a few years ago, I'd put Rotom right here too. But then in Sun and Moon, it just wouldn't shut up! But I guess I've always had a fascination with ghostly things, more so in fiction than in real life, or death. Real life and death ghosts are boring. Gengar and Haunter are like the edge- What did- ghosts because I'm talking about it. Gengar and Haunter are like the edgiest ghosts in the Pokemon world, and I just love the designs and concepts behind Bayonet and Sableye as well. Back in Emerald, they would have easily been in my top 3, maybe even top 1 for sure. Not sure what else to say besides that though, so number 6! My love for ghosts doesn't end there, but I figured these two were different enough in design that I should separate them from just the clump of ghosts. Phantump and Trevenant. I mean, just look at Phantump! Ah! It's everything that I would want in a little tree ghost spirit. It's so cute. It's just like the ghost from Haunt the House. I hope that's not super unknown. It's just adorable. It's an adorable ghost. And then Trevenant sees my preference for Edge rise up again. I've always wanted a just a tree Pokemon since Sudowoodo, and finally got to see it as a creepy rotting ent. So it's a ++. Number 5 is Piplup and Empoleon. Easily my favorite starter set, as in you take into account all 3 of them. Again, the anime probably has a lot to do with that. Piplup has so much personality in that. Plus Empoleon— why am I still flinging this around? I'm not talking about ghost-type Pokemon at all. But yeah, Piplup has so much personality in the anime. Plus Empoleon is just awesome. An icebreaker ship trident penguin? Yes, please! I overleveled the heck out of my Empoleon. It basically carried me entirely through Diamond. Plus, its typing is killer. And Prinplup, I do like it, but compared to the other 2 stages, it has middle stage syndrome for sure. It's just the middle stage. It's boring and forgettable. Compare it to the last or its next stage and it's just an improvement. No reason to keep it here. Number 4 is Pangoro and Luxray. Kind of an odd mix, but I gotta fit in all of my favorites into this top 10 list somehow. Even if that means making it a top 20 list haphazardly. Luxray really just happened at the perfect time for me. My edgy but still family-friendly Shadow the Hedgehog-esque emo phase.
It's not just a phase, Mom! It's who I am! Do it! Get.
I was a child too. But my love— stingy cat. But my love for Luxray hasn't gone away. I feel like it just gets me, you know? On a deep level. The cool black hedgehog hair. The feline attributes. I love cats. It's just awesome. But then Pangoro came much later, and like Ursaring, takes advantage of my love of bears. But also, it's an anime trope JoJo-esque delinquent. So it too takes a strong hold of my love for Edge. Plus, it came out on the tail end of my anime obsession phase, so it's just the perfect concoction of perfect for me. Number 3 is Cacturn— this is a Cacnea. Cacnea, Cacturn, and Maractus. I love cactuses, as well as just plant people, I guess, now that I think about it. I always liked the plant people race in Starbound. So a humanoid cactus plant Pokemon? Sure, yeah, that's awesome. And again, it's the edgy thing again. It's always the edgy thing. I feel like it really understands me. All I really want is love. But all I wind up doing is hurting anybody that gets close. Also, Maractus does not get enough love. Cute as heck. Such a fun Pokemon. Number 2.5. These are getting hard, so I'm adding in fractions. Treecko! Again, it's the cool attitude that it gives off. It's great. Plus, it's a neat gecko. Not much else to say. I'm pretty sure this plush, which I've had since I was a kid, I'm pretty sure is the main reason I like Treecko so much, because this is like my favorite plush of any Pokemon, really. It's so like flop and down. I don't know. It's great. It goes good on everything. It goes great on this Totodile. I'm not as big of a fan of its later evolutions, so it's definitely a favorite starter of mine, but I leave it at that. And in that case, I think I'd have to tie it up with Scorbunny. We just don't know what it evolves into yet, but as of now, I absolutely love it. Possibly for the same reasons I love Treecko. I love you too, don't you worry. Sasha, please don't jump on the shelf. Number 2! Nidoking? You know, I don't know. I don't know if I'd still put Nidoking here anymore. Or if it's just a nostalgia thing. But back in Gen 1 and 2, Kid Me loved Nidoking. It's the big monster thingy. What's not to love? It's so strong and cool. But I think that's where I'd leave it. Because I forgot about Nidoking until just a moment ago. So I guess it's deserving of a spot because it was my favorite for quite some time. But it's like about on par with Squirtle and Charizard. These days, I'm not as big of a fan of them. But back in Gen 1 and early Gen 2, they were the best. Alright? The coolest mother flippin' Pokemon out there. So Squirtle and Charizard get honorable mentions. Probably Nidoking too. Let's downgrade it to an honorable mention. My real number 2, then, is the Krookodile line. And also Totodile. If bears are my favorite wild animal, then crocodiles are my second favorite wild animal. But when it comes to them in cartoon form, I think I prefer croc aesthetics over bear aesthetics, which is where this love comes from. Krookodile just pushes all the right buttons in my brain again because it's edgy too. Why do I like edgy things still? God, why am I so predictable and easy to please? It's nice. It's really nice being easy to please. It means I'm happy all the time. Totodile, just like Krookodile and all them, it's just cute. Again. And again, it's probably the personality in the anime that sold it to me. And I do love Feraligatr, but I didn't actually use them as my starters in Gen 2. I picked Cyndaquil instead, and for the longest time, Quilava was my favorite Pokemon ever, but as I've grown up, I have adapted my opinions. Totodile has overtaken that love, and while I still like Feraligatr, I'll leave Feraligatr as another honorable mention. The Piplup line is still my favorite starter line overall because I adore both the first and final evolution, instead of just adore one of them. Also, speaking of Piplup, I'm so mad that there isn't a good Piplup plush yet. The heck, it even sounds good, Piplup plush. And by good, I mean like, there's tons of them exist, but none of them get the head right. Piplup's head is supposed to be spherical. They're all so oval and oblong and egg-shaped. Why? It's supposed to be a sphere. And before I say number one, honorable mentions, Litten, Torracat, and Incineroar. So much personality in Smash Bros. And again, I freaking love cats. Sasha, where are you? Sasha, baby kitty. Home, baby kitty. Huh? We're gonna get you a friend soon. Yeah. Kitty number 2. Oh. And again, it's the anime personality. And again, it's the edge. But my number one, at least at the moment, because all of these Pokemon I've mentioned move around in my top 10 based on mood, realistically. Number one right now, though, is easily Roserade. I mean, rose for hair! Awesome! The symbolism of the rose? And masquerading and stuff? Awesome! The edge? I feel like it really understands me. All I really want is love. But all I wind up doing is hurting anybody that gets close. It's mild, but it's still there. I think grass is my favorite type, all things considered. Dark and Ghost come close. But yeah, Roserade also was my best Pokemon in X and Y. Back when it came out, I liked it, but I wasn't in love or anything. But X and Y changed that. While a lot of Pokemon didn't look as good in 3D, I feel like Roserade really improved quite a bit. And again, I can't get over the rose hair. That is so cool. A+ Pokemon design right there. And I am so sorry if I suck at describing my own thoughts and feelings about these things, or if I sound like a broken record or anything. But that's because I'm really bad at interpersonal communication. I don't understand my own feelings well enough to put them in a way that I can describe. It's something I've been dealing with and working on for 20 years. But wow, there you have it. My completely undefinitive top 10 list with like nearly 24 Pokemon in it I didn't actually count. What's your favorite Pokemon and why? What's your favorite of my favorites? You let me know down below, and thank you all so much for your views and your support. They are what get us through all of this into this point. The point of 500 videos! Oh my word! This channel has grown and changed a lot over the many years, and I have too. And I hope that throughout all this, you have too. Continuing. We should all be continuing to grow and adapt. 500 videos. Gosh dang. Plus, I've deleted some in the past, so who knows what the real number is. This channel has grown and changed a lot over the many years, and I hope I have too. I think you should always be growing and improving. You should always be growing and improving too. Grow and adapt, because that's how you'll be good. Inspirational speech. Never stop using your noggin, and never stop improving, and never, ever stop buying our merch at noggin.net. Link in the description. Woo. It's how we afford Sasha food. You need a diet. A kitty diet.